Hi, I'm Blake Jennings, and I'm an opera singer, specifically a bass baritone if you want to hire me. I'm known for two things, being an opera singer and talking really fast, so I figured why not put both talents to use.
Also, I'm back in Boston this week, and I don't really understand why the Boston closet is hotter than the Texas one.
So without further ado, welcome to A Millennial Describes an Opera in 1 minute.
This week we're covering the Mozart opera, The Marriage of Figaro. So the time is the 18th century in Seville, and the entire plot happens in 24 hours. And I know what you're thinking, wow, 24 hours, this must be a very straightforward and short plot. Wrong. This opera has 4 acts, and is definitely going to be another one that's more than a minute, so sorry for being off-brand. Also, as a disclaimer, because of how unforgivably massive this story is, I had to make a decision between giving you all a well-thought-out plot description or jokes, and guess which one I chose? Alright, gotta make this quick. Main characters: Figaro, his fiancée Susanna, the Count and the Countess, Carabino. This one's a boy role played by a girl, and if you're not familiar with opera, just go with it. I really don't have time to explain gender roles in opera right now, I'm so sorry. Bartolo and Marcellina. So Figaro and Susanna are measuring their room for their bridal bed when Susanna's like, hey, this is pretty close to the Count's room, you know that guy that wants to sleep with me? And normally this wouldn't be a problem, but back in that time there was a rule that if a lord wanted to, he could sleep with a servant girl on the night of her wedding. Because in case you haven't been keeping tabs on, all of human history, it pretty much can be summed up by being a woman sucks, yeah. So Figgy Boy's like, oh no, he better don't, and starts his own plan. Meanwhile, Marcellina and Bartolo are planning to make Figaro marry Marcellina, and that's really all the time I have for this story arc, so just go with it and watch the show for more details, I don't know. Also, Carabino is somewhere in the mix, but again, no time, watch the show. Basically, just know that Carabero wants to sleep with literally every known woman, especially the Countess, and the Count wants him gone. So Act 2 starts, and the Countess cries to Susie that her husband is unfaithful, and Susie's like, no, that's not true. And a lot of plot happens. Like, a lot. But the major point of this act is the Count eventually hears that the Countess is sad that he's frankly being a hoebag. Then comes Act 3, which basically can be watered down to everyone finding out that Marcellina and Bartolo are Figaro's long-lost parents. And I know what you're thinking. Wait, doesn't that mean that Figaro's mom wanted to marry him? Yep, and say it with me, we are not gonna unpack that. So it's time to bring it home with Act 4, and along the way, Figgy believes that Susie is cheating on him and he wants to publicly humiliate her, because you literally cannot find a Mozart plot that doesn't blame women for literally every single problem that happens in his stories. Truly the feminist of his time. So Susie and the Countess swap outfits and go see Figgy and the Count, who both don't realize that they're talking to, their literal partners, and basically the boys let all their frustrations out in the open. So the girls' disguises are revealed, and Susanna and Figaro embrace, and the Count says he's so sorry to his wife for trying to sleep with Susanna and asks if she can ever forgive him. And the Countess, one of the most headstrong, brilliant, and self-reliant characters in the entire opera, proudly stands her ground, and she says, okay. And my guess is that the rest of their marriage is spent pretending the last 24 hours didn't happen. Oh, also, Figaro and Susanna get married.